what is up, my slimy nut knobs? You ready for Spawn issue number 150? This is a long ass fucking issue, so let's go. Last issue, Spawn discovered his ring, his wedding ring, and this is bringing back all of his memories. Now he thinks to himself, how could I have forgotten? Wanda! Spawn travels through this city as a flock of bats. He hears their suffering, he hears their pain. The bugs slither throughout the city. And as the flock of bats swarms into his chair, it reforms Spawn into his throne of decay, and he's like, God damn it, we're back here again. And then Spawn lets these bugs crawl into his body so that he can get more powerful. He can hear all of their voices, because he can communicate with every bug, every bat, every animal. So like he can hear all of them, and he's like, guys, quiet, shut up, you're talking all at once, I can't even hear my own thoughts. But this is definitely making him more powerful as spiders weave webs into his brain. Then Spawn screams, welcome to the bug house. A little cheesy of a line, but it's okay. After destroying his throne because he's getting sick of hearing these bugs fucking talk too much, he's like, what do I do now? Then he sees the dead zone, and he's like, right. Because these bugs are talking in his head, and he's like, these are my alleys. Why can't I go wherever I want, even though I lose powers in this location? He's just pretty much going nuts right now because he can hear all of the fucking bugs in his head. Then this badass looking figure comes out, and it's like, go back, Hellspawn. You have no jurisdiction here. This is heaven's, like, land, essentially, and you're not welcome here. And Spawn's like, you can't tell me where to go. And this guy's like, I am the disciple. I am heaven's greatest warrior. I can tell you whatever I want. And Spawn says, heaven sends their greatest warrior for me. Why is that? And he's like, we hate your odor. Your stench of decay is repulsing. Now get your rotted corpse out of here before I tear you fucking limb from limb and remove your flesh. And Spawn's like, bro, I've been shot. I've been torn apart piece by piece. I've been through hell. There are literally bugs crawling through my skin. Do you think you can hurt me any more than I've already been hurt? And then this fucking this disciple is like, bro, you are not welcome here. So Spawn, without powers, because he's listening to the bugs, charges at the disciple, and the disciple grabs him and rips his face off and starts ripping his brain out and shit. Yeah, the fucking disciple doesn't mess around. Then the disciple talks shit while he's dragging Spawn's body to say, to think we feared you. This is where you belong. And he throws him in an area where these demon hands grab his body parts. And then this man comes and grabs Spawn's leftover heart, and he lets it regenerate into Spawn's suit. Then the man says, hello, Christopher, as this little kid is in the Hellspawn suit. And he's like, how do you know my name? And he's like, I know all about you. I'm the man of miracles. And this kid's like, what, you do like magic and stuff? And he's like, yeah, just a bit. Yeah, just a fucking bit. And then the kid's like, I want to go home. And he's like, alright, I'll take you home. So we transition over to Sam and Twitch, and Sam is eating these like things that Twitch just made, and he's like being cocky. He's like, you know, I could have made hamburgers and all that. And then Twitch is being cocky, saying, listen, this is a fine cuisine. It takes time to make. Just wait and taste it. And then he tastes it, and he's like, oh my god, this is amazing. And then Sam tries to take the TV remote, and he's like, look, the news. And Twitch is like, no, you must sit and enjoy this cuisine. And then he's like, no, seriously, look. And then it's like this discoloration of the water is happening. Yeah, in the water, like a fucking shit ton, like a whole river turned into blood. Human fucking blood. The demons that carried Spawn's body out from the dead zone are now fucking carrying his body parts through hell, and they're like, move it, move it. Mammon will have you as teeth floss when if you don't get there in time, so hurry your ass up. I don't know why they sound like that, but that's what I made them sound like. Then this little demon starts singing, and this dude's like, you little fucking toad, if you don't stop that fucking singing, I'm going to literally empty my bowels down your throat and sew it up so that you can taste it for eternity. I thought that was a funny line. And Spawn is now pinned to this slab. So the man of miracles brings Christopher somewhere, and he's like, do you recognize this place, Christopher? And he's like, yes. And he's like, do you recognize what time you have to be home? And then he's like, yeah, my mom said by like 6 o'clock. And he's like, yeah, you have to be there on time. The world depends on it. Yeah, and obviously this kid is dead because he's a Hellspawn. Then as Christopher walks through this building, this dude dressed up as the Violator comes behind him. And then the man removes the mask and it reveals that it's Billy Kincaid, and Billy Kincaid is here to delay him from reaching his mother. And if you haven't read the pages by now, this kid's mother is very suicidal because he's dead, so yeah. Then Billy Kincaid pulls out a toy of Malbolgia and he's like, look at this sucker, he looks pretty mean, doesn't he? And then Christopher has a fucking flashback because he's in Spawn's suit of Spawn beheading him. And Billy Kincaid continues to delay him as his mother is about to kill herself. And Billy Kincaid literally allows this kid to choose different demons, you know, as action figures to haunt Spawn, and he chooses Thamus. And Thamus is the master of tortures. Now Mammon comes besides Thamus because he set all this shit up, obviously. And Thamus is like, what? He's missing his heart? And Mammon's like, well, it looks like the Hellspawn doesn't require a heart to exist. And Spawn's like, I'm no longer Simmons, I am just Spawn. And Mammon is like, oh, but that's not true, you're more than a mere Hellspawn. And then he pretty much says how he's gonna break Spawn, and Spawn's like, I've broken you before. I left a mark on your face so you never forget, and that is true. Thamus comes over like a boss, and he's like, enough, it is I you will answer to. You will plead all of the hidden secrets of your inner soul. And then as Spawn looks around, he notices all of his villains are surrounding him. And Thamus says, behold your inquisitors. And that, my friends, wraps up this supersized issue 150. Like the video if you enjoyed the video. If you didn't enjoy the video, don't be a pussy. Like the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.